Hey everybody, welcome back to some more City Skylines. I'm Tenikov, and this is Cheng City. Now, I was playing around with the idea of putting a dam here because in real life that would be kind of cool because you can see there's huge elevation change, so theoretically that's a lot of potential energy to convert into sweet, sweet electricity. However, the game's mechanics are a little funky in that it's the water flow that matters rather than the potential energy of whatever difference there is. You can't exactly turn it off or turn it on. So what I discovered is that this is not a great place for a dam. However, this side is a really good place for a dam. And we are still a little bit hurting on power. So I think I am going to go ahead and draw that. Just right here. 192 is good. Now, the interesting thing, or maybe the not interesting thing, is that 192 is totally an estimate. It's going to take us a long time to actually figure out what this means. Oh, we're so close to the next milestone. What is it, 16,000? 16,000. Then we get crematoriums and treatment plants, so no more poopy water. That is a nice milestone to hit. Also, I noticed that I like this design, but it was just an experiment. I think if I was going to do it in the future, I'd want this highway to come in on this street, and this one to leave off of this street. Because when these guys come in on this side of the avenue, this one-way should really go the other direction. Theoretically, I guess I could change everything and then force them to turn a direction, but yeah, it's complicated. Also, I'd have to redraw my bus lines, and I did the same mistake going this direction. You can see these guys go the same direction as the avenue that's closest to them. Not quite as efficient as it could be, but nevertheless, it works well. I mean, our public transport isn't exactly great, but it's handling everyone. I mean, we've got tons of money, tons of profit, lots of people, really. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. Let's bump the speed up to 2, which I kind of consider like the default speed. 1 is for like micromanaging problems while still seeing what people are doing, and 3 is for, you know, letting it run. So what we can see is that the flow is a lot smaller, and actually this is adding to the flow. So we are not only letting less water through, but it's poopy water. As you can see, the dams start to work, and it's producing 128 at the moment for 3,200. So actually, the hydropower is not the best. What I think is the best is solar, which we get at 19,000. And yes, you can see the upkeep is 1,200 a week and the output is 160, which is better even than the wind's 200 for 20 megawatts, which the wind is the second best. I wish that the coal and the oil would have, and even the nuclear, which is later, would have a much higher output for being so risky. Like the nuclear, you risk a meltdown, but I still think it's the best way to go, aside from fusion. The solar, you don't really risk anything. It's kind of an eyesore, I guess. It takes up space. But I can see why that's cheap, because it's like a one-time cost and then repairing the solar panels. The dam, I think, is a little overpriced for how finicky it is and how not quite great it works. See, at best, you're going to be paying $2 per megawatt hour, but also at best, it could give you a lot. Then the oil is, you're still spending more than $1 per megawatt hour. Like, you're spending $1 or $10 per megawatt hour for wind. I don't think I'm crazy when I say that I think that these, the dirty ones, there's no reason to build them because you're spending more than $10 per megawatt hour. Anyway, that's enough on power. Let's see. So we are out of power because this isn't connected. I guess I'll leave the hydro plant for the time being. Just to see what happens with it. You can see now water is flowing through, so this should be a relatively more static number. I actually built another city that has a good dam in it that gets about 260 on average. But I mean, this isn't that much flow, but because the static because it can't really back up the flow to a static pool and then eventually just raise the water level, this is a better place for a dam in this city, which I don't really like thematically, because I'd like this river to be quote-unquote technically passable. Okay, let's see. So We're still gaining people. People are happy. We want more commercial. And, you know, I think I don't have any plans for this area, even still. You can see all the pollution's gone, even without these garbage plants, which is really nice. And they are now both empty. So really, I could just delete that whole area. But I think I'm going to leave that and push over here. Is that oil? I think I'll push over there later. What I want to do now is kind of prepare for that by building some residential somewhere over here. So I'll go ahead and buy this tile. Wow, that's kind of expensive. Just to, you know, expand our land a little bit. I guess I could technically build over here, but I like the connectability options here. Plus we get a train line, which I've actually still never built a train in any of my cities. So that'll be kind of interesting to play with. Let's see. So I know what kind of design I want to work with, but I don't know what to do with this train line. So I guess one thing that I could do is just stay on one side of it, like this side over here somewhere. Actually, I'm going to draw these initially with two-way roads so that I can kind of get a sense of the scale that I'm working with here, and then I'll upgrade them to highways later. Actually, I guess if I'm doing that, I do want them to be elevated highways, so I'll go ahead and elevate now. Then, I don't know, money's not really an issue, so I'll just draw out. 2 over should be plenty. Draw back to here, I think, and then join that back up. Now, there's no lights. Technically, that's functional, but I'm going to put a trumpet in here eventually. Trumpet interchanges are amazing for this kind of thing. Now then, the beef. Where's the beef? The beef is going to be in... Oh, we hit the milestone. Okay. So, while we're thinking about it, let's go ahead and... Oh, do I have to still follow the boundaries? Let's go ahead and delete these. We've got 3 of them, so I think that that's 2. Now, we'll take a look when we're in here. These have a capacity of 160,000, 120,000. So I think it's 3. Well, technically I guess it's 2, but we can... No, we've got some space with 2. Or is that just not updated? Yeah, that's not updated, so it is 3. Fair enough. So now I've got nice filtered water coming out. Well, we will once I hook them up. Which I realize I just don't give it enough time most of the time to actually hook itself up. Oh. Oh, this is awkward. Let's do that again. Not the first time I've done that, huh? How do I... There you are. Gotcha. Alright, now hook you up. There. And there. Gotcha. Speed it up, make sure it's simulating, and stop complaining, you're good. Why is that one not? Seriously. I don't see your problem, bro. Oh, no. Stop doing that. Wait a minute, where... Does that one not have a connection point? Huh. Odd. Never seen that before. Maybe I somehow deleted it. No matter. Flow forth. Very good. Okay. And what's the other thing? Crematorium. That's probably... What are we sitting at? 17%? Yeah, we can go ahead and get one up. I'm thinking... somewhere in here. That's fine. And then we'll mirror it on this side by putting one over here. Oh, that's almost perfect. We'll do it here, just because I don't like that guy. He didn't do anything wrong, but... I don't know. He shouldn't live there. Close to the cemetery, I feel like is a good idea. Alright, now then, back to over here. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I want to start it, so I'll just draw an avenue underneath. Or actually, I guess it'll connect it first. It will drop down one. That's fine. I'm okay with that. The spacing on this one matters not for what I have in mind. Then I'm going to want to cut this. Oh, draw it out to one past. And one. One past again. Draw it back. So then this is one. One past. This is just for symmetry. One and one past. Right? That is... These line up, right? Okay. Fair enough. 3 on either side. 3 on either side. Okay, yeah, so that's right. Now then, I'm going to want to delete these. And then now is where the magic comes in. So I want a square like this. Then 2 more. Right? Or is that it? That might be it. 1, 2, 3. No, so 1 more. Yeah, 2 more. I was right. I was right the first time. So now, here's the trick in the future. Is that this should be one way. This should be one way. It should be 4 in total. I'll do it like this because I think it's a little bit easier to see that way. This goes 1 past. Not that one. Hooks up there. This goes out 2. Comes out 1 past. I guess I could already be making this into 2-way or 1 ways, but whatever. This goes 2. Hooks up there. That's with 2. See, I think it does go 1 more. So that doesn't look quite right. Not a problem. It's nice having unlimited money. In my other cities where I can kind of play at a faster pace, like I feel like I'm, speaking of, let's bump up the speed just a little bit. Actually, cut it down because of the industry demand that I'm not currently satisfying as I build on, or as I work to build more residential that we don't need. The nice thing about playing not recording for a Let's Play is that you can think. And thinking really helps in this kind of game. Shocking, I know. Oh. So then do something like that. Something like that. That. I have a feeling I did something wrong. Because that seems like a lot of squares. I don't think that I can cover all my city services. I think I'm getting a little too ambitious. But all that I need is an odd number of cross streets. So what I'll do is delete these. I still think that this is a strong plan. You know what? I'll delete these too. And I'll just push it back to... It doesn't really matter where I start. So I'll start here. This is where these will all line up. That worked shockingly well. And then, whatever this is... There. This is the one. Now, this goes through. And this is the one. Did I just do the same thing? That's 4. This is going to be 2. But 2 won't connect. Actually, what if I did this? That leaves potentially more room to expand. Does that line up? Oh, almost. Maybe I should do that. Okay, new idea. I think I can actually make even more city... what am I trying to say? City services reach? Oh no, I don't want to do that. Okay. Well, it was a good idea. Now then, let's just... Hold your horses there, bub. We got to build this smaller, slower, smarter. Apologies. That's probably frustrating to watch. Okay, so welcome back. I realized what it was that I did wrong, and rather than restart over again, I just decided, I'll just do it and edit it later. So this is the shape that I was going for, and I knew I was going to be all finicky drawing this beautiful trumpet interchange going on, curl inside, and then coming off, curl outside. Not much of a waste of space, but you are pretty limited because it can, well, it's pretty much only a three-way interchange. I mean, obviously I haven't added that part just yet, but I will. But yeah, it's not as easily modifiable to pick up from the other side, but I don't think this particular interchange will. The great thing about this design is that it can be repeated on the other side. Draw this around, and then you've got something going, and then up here I plan to put some offices. So we'll go ahead and give this a special district name of whatever. And this is going to be where we really start trying to crank out the peeps. So Sunset Heights. Oh, that is a beautiful name. I like it. So, keeping in mind that we will be trying to double this, we're going to need to run power over here. That I neglected to do. We can take advantage of the fact that these are, you know, still ours. Guess I don't technically own all that land. And we can just draw some power like so. And just remember to zone from there. Now then, we have huge demand for offices, not so much demand for residential, but we can try to fix this. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is, oh yeah, these are all one-ways. If they've got trees on them, they're one-ways, alternating. These are like frontage roads for the highway. The highway goes this way, this goes this way, so hopefully I can draw exits without adding anything funky like a stoplight. And then we've got some crosses, which I'm going to try to keep the intersections kind of away. I'm thinking like one here to feed that intersection, and then an on here, and then just leave that blank. I think I like that idea. And then probably what I'll end up doing is putting commercial in here. It's a little loud, but it should be isolated, and it probably won't be louder than the highway. And then the rest is just residential. Maybe this central bit is also commercial. Actually, this whole thing on the outside could be commercial. Actually, on the outside could be commercial. I kind of like that idea. And then on the inside, just towers of residential. And if it's not tree lined, it's two-way. Well, oh hey, that's a nice achievement. With the exception of these, which are just tree lined because they're pretty. On the inside, I do want to upgrade. You know what? I'll go ahead and do that. These should be two ways with grass, just because it looks nice to not have the cars parked everywhere. I think. I mean, I really like that the cars are parked there, but it kind of makes me antsy that traffic might be too bad. And since our transit system really isn't the best right now, we probably want to avoid that. So these are correct one-ways. This goes the same direction as the highway. That's intentional because it's an off-ramp so that they can actually use it without an interchange. Then this one goes this way, this one goes this way, and the avenue is going this way. Then in this direction, same story. This goes this way, so this is a one-way this way, and this is a one-way that way. And then on the inside, it's a little loop. I could one-way it, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Counterclockwise is actually the preferred direction for American traffic. And as you can see, that would make this sort of thing, well, this, whatever. But because of that ambiguity, I'd rather just have them have the ability to, oh no, I made a wrong turn. Well, I'll just turn here and then go a different way. You know, that sort of thing. Now, with all that being said, these go as you might imagine. So if you just pick the middle, it's this. The right one goes forward. Kind of like just a divided avenue. Kind of like what I was originally going for, actually. So what I'm going to do is draw my one-off marker. And then from here, I guess I can continue it in either direction. I guess that can even be avenue. In fact, I think it will be. Not that avenue, this avenue. That'll get replaced, obviously. And 2 more. I like it. Why the heck not? So if we've got 2 more, we can actually make this a one-way thing as well. This goes this way, so yeah, so this is the wrong way. Yeah, I'll leave it like it is for now. If traffic begins to be an issue, then we can fix it. I mean, we can obviously always fix everything, which is the beauty of a game such as this. So our one-ways, that's the wrong way. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. It's been about 10 minutes since I've looked at this city, so it looks fresh. I'm not really sure what I'm doing again. This, I could just draw one big cut across the middle, but I'd like to keep traffic light on the avenues. So I'll do that. And then I guess this. I like making interesting shapes with stuff like this. So now this is where I think I'll actually snake the power in, because I'll start leaking zones and feeding off of them over here. Water, I went ahead and watered everything up, but I didn't plan for what I actually needed this whole time, which is the offices that are going to support these guys. So these guys are going to need all kinds of services, but for now, I think we're just going to make them live with nothing and say, not there, not there. Don't build. Build here. Hopefully they'll be smart enough to prioritize that. Smartly, I guess. Sure, why not? We'll put some here as well, and then we'll sound barrier all this up. Oh yeah, this is all sound barrier highway, just because money, not an issue. I've actually drawn this square like 6 times since I came back. So yeah, it's a good thing I didn't record the whole thing. Oh man. So that's developing nicely. We do have some commercial demand, so I will throw some down. More than any other reason, just to expand in this direction. Actually, I'm gonna still limit this to 4 squares. That's 3. Just because I don't want to overdo the commercial and then not have demand for more commercial where I actually want to put it. Because I do want some commercial, but I don't actually really want it there, per se. Maybe on this main drag, because I'll be using it up, but not right now. Okay, so we can get some more offices in here. We'll just finish off this square. Beautiful. Bump it back up to speed 2. Didn't realize. That's wonderful. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stay off this side of the road. And the advantage to doing that is that I'll just be able to draw power along here, so that instead of what I was planning on doing, which is like gradually spreading in this direction, I can go ahead and plop down some of my services. So, hospital for you guys, of course. And as you can see, it just barely reaches all the way out here. So theoretically, if I place it on the correct road, which I think this is it, it should be able to service everyone within 2 of these squares. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move that to the other side so that ambulances coming out, well, they go right. But my thinking was, because fire I want to prioritize here, but I'll actually put it here as I remake up my mind, because I realize ambulances coming out are forced to turn right due to this, so they've got an intersection right in front of them so that they can kind of make up their mind, although this intersection goes left, so I hope they can U-turn. Let's put it that way. Although once this gets filled in, yeah, everything will be fine. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that just in case. If we see them using it, we'll know that they can't U-turn. And this is going to look dirt because it's a 2-way, but I mean, they can use it. They just it goes from being 2 lanes in one direction to 1 lane in one direction and stay out of this lane, and then without any warning you can change lanes again. But That's not game breaking. I mean, it works. Okay, so police. They also are going to need police. The police building's kind of small, but it has the same kind of huge effect. Fire, also not a very big building. I think I'll build that. I can build it here. I think a metro station is 2. So that is kind of neat, because I think I can squeeze one in there. Then police... Actually, that's where I'll put police, and I'll put fire on the other side. Yeah. For the same reason. They'll still have to go down here, I guess. Or they can turn there, which is fine. Police, I could actually face this direction, but I'll do this. And I guess, this is just experimental anyway. The university is a large building. Actually, that's not a terrible idea. I might just do that. Why not, right? Because it supports the offices. Then a high school. Can I fit one in here? Somewhere nice and purty? No, so it's bigger than the fire station by 1. So I'll give it its own side then. And this one way goes towards the middle. Yeah. So this should actually get fed more, because this one way goes this way. So all those buildings will conduct power, so I don't need that much power. And that should be adequate. Okay, so garbage. I don't actually know. I might sneak a garbage somewhere. I'll keep an eye on it. Garbage, I have a feeling, is going to be what breaks this before anything else. This might be a problem. I guess I'll make the highway bridge over that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because it would be kind of nice to just have an overpass and then have an extra on-off. I do like that. I like that. So good thing that I didn't one-way this. Because what I'm going to do... actually, that's all fine. That can stay just like it was. In fact, these one-ways could continue and meet up here and kind of feed back down. But I like the 2-way. Although they'll never use this side unless they leave work from over here. That's fine, though. I like that. We want to build this, even with this. Let's see, can we actually... I don't think... Oh, that is actually enough space. Yeah, that's enough space. That's beautiful. It's like I planned it. And then we'll just drop it back down. How... I mean, I guess it's just like... It doesn't really matter. And then I won't... Wow, that does actually line up perfectly. That is great, but... I mean, I'm not going to use it for that. What I can do, though, is... put this road back wherever it went. Which was actually right there. That's gorgeous. So these people don't actually have to move out, as long as I remember to keep them in their zone. Which they should once again have, as should these people. Now this 4 squares should become commercial. Excellent. And we need highway on-ramps. So this to there, and then out something like this. Perfect. And then I like to do this. Perfect. Then you can delete this and reconnect the power. Everyone should be happy, and we actually now have a way into the city, which, oh yeah, that was kind of a problem. This might actually be in the way. I hadn't thought of that. Let's, here's a trick. You can draw with the single lane one-way, and then upgrade it to the highway. It's a great trick for kind of drawing those tricky little angles. Yeah, that's fine. And then same thing coming in. It's just sometimes the one-ways, they're a little bit nicer with their sort of pathing. Although sometimes they end up kind of derp like that. There we go, that's nice. It's a little bit further, but, you know, I'm not that picky. Okay, so now we've got a way onto this little highway route from both sides. And now we just need our on-offs. So this goes the same direction. And I'd say somewhere right about, not too far from the intersection. Here, maybe? We can do... So we're going to have to double curve it? That's fine. Looks kind of nice. Yeah, there's no problem with that. Now, skip this, and the off-ramp is over here. So I left this area untouched, so that's what I'll aim to do on this side as well. These are a little finicky. I would really like something like that. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now this, same sort of deal, about 4 squares out. Draw something like this. And then down here. Actually, can do this trick again. That doesn't really matter. There we go. That keeps them kind of even. Actually, that one looks really nice. Alright, so now theoretically we've got what we want from that highway. Let's let them move in a little. We still have some commercial demand. I'll be satisfied by that. We still have some industrial demand. So then check on them. They've got power. They've got water. Garbage, they supposedly have some coverage. Fair enough. Health is great. Fire is great. With one exception. Don't know why. Police is great. Education is good for high school. Although actually, looks like we need another one down in the city since there's actually no one living over here. That's also good. Elementary schools, okay. So I'm thinking one in this corner and one in this corner should be able to service everyone. It's a little tight, but... Oh, right, and they need power. So that one's got power. Stop complaining. This one... I'll do this, and, I mean, hopefully I'm not a stupid idiot that forgets the power. So we're getting a little bit of residential demand, so we're almost there. Education is good. Transportation, nothing. We don't need it. Parks. Yeah, let's give them parks. So I like leaving this big, so that I can put a nice big park in right... what's your problem, bro? Oh, I see. So I've actually got to place this tile down at the bottom. I'll do this corner up here. Then, so that's one. Oh, you know what? I can actually kind of stretch the power through that. So we'll do this to there. Is that powered? And then I can stretch the power to the elementary school. Huh. Cheatsy doodles. More parks. I'm thinking 4 parks for this area. Be nice. You know what? That's not bad. That'll kind of stretch my power a little bit. says it's not powered, but it's lying. Basketball. Can't neglect our citizens' balling abilities. Need them to go down in this corner. That should have power. A picnic plaza I like for like worker type areas. Large playground. What else do we have? Botanical garden. We haven't built that yet, I don't think. That's pretty big. Sure, I like that. Kind of like a right downtown type thing. And that probably won't have power. I am a liar. That does have power. Paradox Plaza. Bounce Castle. We also... I spent a save just ruining the city so that I could get some unique buildings. So I'm sure I'll plop those down somewhere. Expo Center. That was a tough one to get. The stadium. The stadium's good for like a downtown. Malls. What is that? Fountain of Life and Death. You see, its radius of negativity, sound pollution, is actually smaller than the actual park. And it's got quite a large effect radius, so I'll go ahead and plop it there. It won't have power. What does it cost? $240 a week? I'll just leave it without power until I stretch that way. And I'll try to remember to stretch that way first. Nothing like making sure you do what you say you're going to do. We still need more offices. I can definitely... Oh, you know what? I said I was going to keep all the commercial off of here, so... First people that build here, I want you to build over on that avenue. Then offices in here. Let's give them a park too. So I like the picnic table because I think of it as like a nice place for them to go eat their lunch on their lunch break. Could do something like this. I don't know what's gonna build there. And a dog park doesn't make sense thematically, but there's another one somewhere that does, I think, for like a downtown area. Plaza with trees. Plaza with trees makes sense. Oh, it's a little too big. I'll put it there. That's no problem. And that should have power. I don't know what it's talking about. So let's kick up the speed and get some people in. Oh, and by building this bridge, we can also add a dump and connect it up if we need to. Oh yeah, these are empty, so they're actually not functioning anymore. So I guess I'll move it further away for no apparent reason and stop emptying. And do the same thing. Oh, before it fills up. Do the same thing with that. Oh, you know what? Move it over here. So check on these guys just to make sure everything still look good. Everybody still happy? You guys aren't happy. You are full. Okay, so now empty these. And more incinerators is my first thought. This is getting quite crowded as well. I'm going to have to think of a more permanent solution to that very soon. Fire hazards. You know what? I think we are well past due for these guys to have their own fire department, right? They do already. Well, maybe it should be moved to a more central location then. Say here? Does that help you guys more? Okay, a building burned down. Yes, well, we're trying to fix that. So we've got trash all over, trucks all over. Let's upgrade this road to the... Actually, we'll do tree-lined. Again, how many lanes you have isn't as important as how smartly it's planned out, but it can help. And traffic is much smarter now. Are they actually driving on the median to get around that? Okay, no, that's a lane. It's just trucks everywhere. I'm not really sure how to alleviate all of that. Oh my, they're actually backing up onto the highway. There's so many of them. So, I mean, I could one-way this outside ring. Make these guys turn right, make these guys turn right. have the middle be sort of if you screwed up. That seems kind of desperate. I think we're almost to the point of getting rid of some of the offices. Oh! I killed their power. My bad. Power was actually flowing through the dump. Okay. Speaking of, this dump's going to need power. I think they just need power to function at peak efficiency. Although, also, I moved it just in case I want to do something funny. Some funny business. More offices? We've got a little bit of housing demand, although they should already just build. Let's, we'll stretch it this way. Yeah. Got another new piece of land. We're actually close to our next goal, which is 20? 19. 19,000 gets us solar. That's awesome. And a third loan. Do we have any loans? I don't think I've actually taken loans in this one. I can't remember. My other cities, I like always have a loan out because I prioritize quick development over, you know, balancing the budget. And oh my god, the budget is so unbalanced. We've actually spent $300,000 in like no time on this little area. That's kind of cool. Actually, I think I could put a dog park there too. Pretty safely. So they actually filled up that office park very quickly. But this is definitely the area that I want to work on for now. I still haven't quite decided. I think I'm just going to fill this in with more like neighborhoody type stuff. Maybe some of this with offices type stuff. And then maybe some more neighborhoods. I've kind of lost my plan for over here. I really like the way that this neighborhood turned out though. And this is, you know, it's cool. I definitely want to plan to finish it at some part. And I need a new place for industry. I think I'm going to do the forestry stuff over here. And just see if I can plan out a one-way only zone that takes advantage of some of that stuff. But I also need to double this and build my other exchange. Probably another trumpet now that we're kind of... It looks like it'll intersect over here. And I'm okay with the trumpet. Let's see. So what I'll do right now is I will continue this road, which is a little off-center, which kind of drives my OCD a little crazy, but it's not a big deal. Then we'll curve it. Actually, let's draw it this way. Same OCD purposes. This can go straight. Oh, it's so close. So since that can go straight to there, and this is straight based on this road, I'll do something like that. Pause, because I'm going to take their power. And redraw the power. Okay. So now they can technically make it over there. And I think in the next episode we'll try to expand sort of this type area and put some offices in. Maybe the offices will eventually leak over. But we do have a little bit more residential demand that before we close this episode I'd like to address, just to kind of draw it out a little further. The park should now have power through them. So I will continue it down there. And since the park now has power, I guess I'll just do this, and that should leak power in here. So then I can get rid of the lines and hopefully power the whole area, basically. We're gonna need more jobs, and you know what? We can also put some industry over here, somewhere, because we've got a train line. We can also move some people around with that, although... Wow, That is our only train line, so we're going to have to bend that in some weird directions, make some stuff happen, something like this maybe. I can see that happening. If you've got an idea, again, hit me up in the comments. Okay, we've got buildings everywhere, so that should be good. And once we unlock solar power, I think we'll delete all of our power. Oh, look at how pretty that is now. It's so clean. What are we doing here? 192, that's pretty... It's pretty good, not gonna lie. And it doesn't really affect that much. Yes, it's a different water level, but it looks like it more raised this water level than it did. I mean, this is just sea level. Not much you can really do there. There's a little bit of a bump there, but really not that bad. I really like this brackish little, what is it called? Estuary? I think that's what this is called, but where the salt water meets the seawater. Nice touch. Yeah, I wish I could encourage more trucks to come in. Well, I guess they are coming in that way. Well, we're still chugging along. Eventually, we could even... I mean, that's a nice little mountain. I think I want to leave that zone. Let's take a look at the zones. I'm thinking we're... I mean, we're not too close to hitting that new pop, but... So right now we've got 4, so we can get 5 more without the 25 squares unlockable. That is possible, but not... I mean, I don't really see a benefit. This is a very strong potential, because that's kind of derp. Although actually that could change that trumpet if we did that. And then we could draw a highway down here next to the train line. That's an idea. We're at the edge of the map down here, looks like. Is that true? So we can only expand 1 in that direction? So theoretically we should be able to claim all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there should be 1 more over here that we can claim, actually. If we can't claim these. That's strange. I assume that this is the bottom limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. So I don't think they started us in the middle. Which is very cool. So it looks like we might claim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually own this beach. Before we claim these, before we just claim everything, because my computer can handle it. Very cool. I also like that when you just kind of stop and take a look at things, your money really goes up. It's a nice little feature. You know what? How's our education? Elementary school? Everybody happy? Well, everybody that lives somewhere. We got decent capacity. High schools, we're kind of lacking. Where's a good place to build one? Out here? Somewhere over here. Triangles, pretty strong shape. Looks like it reaches everyone. That's cool. Universities. These guys just haven't graduated. I mean, we've got tons of capacity, and I think they can. I think everyone can technically reach it. We might actually be able to even improve that with transit. Speaking of transit, we still got our derp lines. We may add another one. I wonder if we draw a line over here, does the bus ever return to the station? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I took away that avenue, so now it's got to draw around there. That's a useless stop. Actually, can I just delete that stop? Bus. Delete line. Drag stop? Nope. Drag stop. Ah, come on. If I... Yeah, actually, 2 of these stops are kind of useless. I like them being on that avenue, but... Yeah, I'll just delete that stop. If I delete this stop, what happens? It still goes that way. Okay, I'm fine with that. I like it not using up the avenue. Although, actually, it would be kind of cool if we used the highway. No matter, though. Actually, maybe we should build more connections in this area, and that's what's kind of bringing down this area. I don't know. I'm pretty close to abandoning this area because we've pretty much sucked up all the ore anyway. And then this... Yeah, we've got some space to fill in, for sure. We are so close to that pop, too. Actually, I think we're about to... Yeah, we're about to hit it. So, in the next episode, look forward to solar plants, dealing with the unforeseen problems that are definitely going to pop up here. Offices. Doubling this zone over in this direction. If you're the kind of person that actually likes watching placing roads, now that I've got this here, I'll be able to just... It's a lot easier to flip than it is to, you know, figure out on the fly. Don't lose people, we're so close! Tell you what, we got demand. Let's capitalize on that by saying, hey, you guys want to live right behind the hospital? Is that... What is that? That's the high school? Alright, fair enough. Our education, though. 30% is highly educated. That is nice. Well-educated is high school, also 30%, and elementary school is just 30%. So, I mean, that's fine. Uneducated, 11%. I think we can do better there, but we got time. Okay, some more people moving in. Hit that pop, and... Wait, what was that? Trees and sound barriers reduce traffic noise. You know what? Let's take a look at that. Okay, so yeah, this on-ramp has a tiny bit of traffic noise. Well, it did. This commercial is creating traffic noise. And the highway... Okay, I don't know. This probably isn't something that you can judge from this. But this highway is well-trafficked, and that is a lot of noise. This highway has sound barriers and is, like, not even pink. This has some noise, but it's just slightly pink. And we are a grand city with 19,000 people. Okay, so in the next episode, look forward to this solar power plant, reducing our dependence on finicky power. We might keep that dam just because at this point. And, yeah, like I said, commercial, offices, offices for everyone. Industry over here, possibly, using the trains. I don't know. I tend to like to try to expand without using transit, and then use transit once I know that I can expand to a certain point without traffic problems. This should be a pretty strong design and not need any kind of traffic upgrades for a long time, which is nice. And then we've got the metro and other things, buses, such. Anyway, we also just did $1 million, kind of nice. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.